I'm here to save you some money today, talking about those products that simply just weren't my vibe. They didn't look nice on my skin, they didn't sit nice on my skin, they didn't wear well, they didn't do what I expected them to do, or they were just plain bad. So if you have similar likes and dislikes to me, you may want to watch this video right until the very end, because this is what I recommend you not buy. I thought I was going to blend into the background in this video. I bought this yesterday and I really wanted to wear it, but brown background, brown top, brown makeup, like bronzy brown makeup. We've also got brown trousers, and you're not going to be able to unsee this, but colour coordination at its best. Brown socks as well. I'm so sorry. That was too much information for you, but let's just get on with it. First up, let's talk about the lip ink pen from Rimmel. I'm not actually sure if this is available in the US, but it definitely is available in the UK. I bought this, I think, in Superdrug. So yeah, I thought this was going to be my jam. It is most definitely not. It is absolutely perfect for application, or so you would think. It is like a felt tip. You're supposed to be able to draw this on and get a really nice fine line that stains the outer portion of the lip, or you can fill in the entire body of the lip. But I just found it really cumbersome to use. The end of the felt tip pen dried out quite a lot, so you got more in certain patches of the lip than in others. It was patchy, it didn't last very long. I dislike everything about this. So this is the Thrill Seeker lip ink pen. Total waste of money for me, which is a real shame, because I thought this was going to be a genius product that I would pick up time and time and time again, and yeah, it's just not. Next up, we've got the Revolution Air Blur Soft Matte Liquid Lip. I spoke about these in a previous video. This is most definitely a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury, I still can't remember the name of it, and I was struggling in that previous video. Anyway, I will have Louisa put a little picture up here. She's so good at filling in the blanks when I can't remember things. So yeah, this is most definitely a dupe for that. And for that, I commend this product. You are getting an affordable alternative to something that is rather expensive. However, I didn't like the Charlotte Tilbury product. I don't like this one. I've got to say, I do prefer the shade range. This comes in some amazing shades. So if you do love the Charlotte Tilbury lip blur, then I'm pretty sure you're going to like this as well. But anybody that didn't like the previous one, it's not going to like this one. So yeah, I wanted to try it. I wanted to test it out, hoping that it wouldn't give me a goopy line that separates the inner portion of the lip to the outer portion of the lip. Unfortunately, it did, and it did it very, very quickly. These are very comfortable on the lips. They feel really soft, like a moisturizing lipstick. So they don't feel uncomfortable, they don't feel drying, but it's that goopy line that's just, it's just a no-go area for me. The more vivid a lipstick you go for, the more noticeable that goopy line is. So yeah, we're going all out with lip products. This one is from NYX, and it is the Hydrating Gloss Serum. So Lip IV Hydrating Gloss Serum. I don't know what to think about these. I'm just so underwhelmed. It's untrue. It doesn't say anywhere that these are supposed to be a lip stain. Not on the websites that I've looked at anyway. This just looks like a gloss for me that's supposed to be hydrating, but I have heard a lot of other people say you can apply these and then after 5 minutes take them off and they will leave a stain on the lip, which will last for an incredibly long time. Didn't work for me. Most definitely didn't work for me. And it makes sense that you're supposed to be able to do that with these, because the shades that are available are all incredibly dark. So I can't get away with any of them just on my lips as they are. I mean, I probably could, but it's a little too dark for me. The one that I've picked up, I think, is the lightest shade that they do, in the shade Splash and Spice, so it's 03. Don't quote me on that. I will ask Louisa to put the shade range up here for you, but yeah, it's not my thing. It's a comfortable gloss, so if you do love to wear a gloss like me, you will probably find these really comfortable to wear, but I just was underwhelmed. I wasn't wowed by them at all. I think the NYX butter glosses are far superior to this one, and with the stain thing, it would have been great if it had worked, but it just didn't work for me. I did find these hydrating. I didn't find them drying at all, but there's just not enough positives to this to make me want to use it every single day over the plethora of other glosses that I have. Onto a product that I was really, really excited about. This is the Benefit Bounce Bad Gal. I loved the Bad Gal Bang Mascara. It was a really wet formula. It went on very, very quickly, very smoothly. I liked most of the things about it. I did think that because it's such a wet formula, it did tend to smudge on me, bleed a little bit. So if you were one of those people like me with oilier eyelids, you would get those little polka dot lines and a little bit of smudging throughout the day, which I didn't like about it. But for overall effect, I thought it was a really good mascara. With this one, the Bounce Mascara, I was hoping that this would give me a lot of hold for the curl, and that is what I am all about, because my lashes are quite long anyway, but they're very straight, so you don't see them, and the mascara that I've got on today really isn't showing them off to the best of their abilities, because my lashes, yeah, they do sort of just go straight, as if they're trying to pierce the person that I'm talking to. So I was really hoping that this would not only cover my lashes really quickly like the Bad Gal Bang, so have that similarity, but hold a curl and stand my lashes to attention. So where do we start on this? Because there are just so many negatives. I did like the applicator. This wand I thought was really nice. So it's got chunky bristles on one side and really fine bristles on the other to make sure that your lashes don't clump together. It's very difficult for lashes to clump together when you don't have very much product on the lashes to begin with. It's so difficult to get this on the lashes because completely the opposite to the Bad Gal Bang formula. This is quite a dry formula, and I don't know whether it's just the wand, the way that I'm applying it, but very little product goes on my lashes, and this gave me the result that I wanted, but it took me about 5 layers to get there, and that is not an exaggeration. It took me forever to get my lashes boingy, springy, stood on end, and voluminous like I like them. So I don't have that length of time in a morning to dedicate just to my lashes. I want something that is going to work. It's going to work very quickly and going to be very, very easy to apply. And I just didn't get that with this mascara, which is such a shame because I was so excited and then pretty much immediately deflated. And it only gets worse with continued use because, like all mascaras, it thickens over time and it's already a dry formula. So after 3 or 4 days, no, it's just not worth my time, worth my effort. Great shame. Great shame because I love the applicator. This is one of those products that some people are going to love, some people are going to despise. I don't think there's a grey area in between. It's very black or it's very white. So this is the One Size Turn Up the Base Full Beat Liquid Foundation. And this was a definite no-go zone for me. I've got 45-year-old skin and age is not a skin type, as somebody told me the other day. I completely agree. I have dry patches on my skin. I also have oily patches on my skin. So I thought I was going to give this a real workout to see how it worked on those different skin types because I've heard some massively positive things. Also, the good thing about this and also the negative is the amount of coverage. Now, coverage really isn't my thing. That isn't this foundation's fault. That's just my preference. But I did find that although this is supposed to be bulletproof, it lifted throughout the day, it got patchy throughout the day, it looked cakey throughout the day, regardless of how much of this I applied. Even if I applied it in the tiniest layer, still very patchy, still very cakey. It looked okay for around about 2 hours, and then it was a downhill slide, and the downhill trajectory was steep. It happened very, very quickly. So I am not saying that this is going to suit nobody, because I've seen the reviews. Reviews are from normal everyday people, and they're not going to lie about this. So a lot of people love this product, but it just did not work on my skin at all. I walked downstairs after wearing this, and my husband Wes told me that my face looked rough, and what he meant by that was that my face looked very, very textured. And I didn't see that at all. I actually thought that after first application, it looked quite smooth on my skin, quite airbrushed, but he said otherwise, and he does not notice things on my skin. He doesn't go up with a microscope. He doesn't look at me in great detail. We've been married a really long time, so for him to notice something like that is quite a big deal. So yeah, this is a definite no from me. Also very yellowy in pigment. I went for the shade Light 20N, and for a neutral shade, this did go a little yellowy on me. You know, that's just a shade issue, I suppose, and that's, again, my preference. But yeah, I haven't had this on my skin since, and I won't be putting any on anytime soon. Next up, we've got another product from Revolution. I've got no idea why I've been removed from the Revolution PR list. Anybody give me any clues whatsoever? I like a lot of their products, and when I love something from them, I shout about it from the treetops because it's an affordable brand. But some of their stuff is questionable, and this fits into the questionable category. So I've got a couple of the Silk Bronze and a couple of the Silk Blushes. We've got the shade from top to bottom Sunkissed, Sunset, Peachy Pink, and Sunkissed Apricot. Now, let's just talk about this whole Sunkissed peach and apricot thing first before we move on to how these actually apply to the skin, what they look like in the packaging, and how they wear. So this is supposed to be a peach. Have you ever seen a peach this colour in your life? This is very, very pink. Very pink. This is also supposed to be an apricot. Again, very, very pink. Very corally, shall we say. So I feel like I've been conned. If you look at the actual colour on the bottom of the pack, that looks very orange to me, looks very warm. The same with this shade here. So I feel like I've been shortchanged somewhat from these, but that's not the reason I don't love this product. So this is a cream to powder formula, and I'm not usually the cream to powder sort of gal. It's not my vibe. So, you know, it's likely that I wasn't going to like these products anyway. But if you have a look at them in the packaging, I'm not quite sure whether you'll see it on that one, but let's see if you'll see it on this one. So it's slightly marbled. It's got a slightly marbled design. There's some darker bits, there's some lighter bits. So when you're actually applying this to the cheek, if you do like to draw this directly on the face, which I would recommend you don't do with this, you do get dark patches, light patches, which usually in a cream wouldn't matter, but because this is a cream to powder formula, it doesn't blend well, and it takes a little bit more effort to blur this and to blend it into that powdery format. Can you see how the outer edges are blurring absolutely fine, but there's still patchiness where it's more vivid, where it's more vibrant in colour. So if you don't blend these out immediately, this is how they're going to look on the cheek. Now, I've got nothing against cream to powder formulas, but if it's going to look like a powder on the face, for me personally, I might as well be applying a powder, because applying a powder is far easier and less patchy than this. This is just way too much effort for me. The same with the bronzers. These are also, are they? I don't think these are marbled. I didn't have as much trouble with this, but again, the formula itself, if you didn't blend it out straight away, it just went a little wishy-washy and patchy. I actually wore this one here, which is Sunset, in one of my videos, and was very grateful to have a fringe on that video, because it covered a multitude of wishy-washy patchiness. If you do love a cream to powder formula, by the way, and you are wanting to give these a go, the wearability was really good, and the longevity of these was superb, which was a bit of a disappointment for me, because the one day where I had bad makeup, I didn't want these to last a long time, and they actually do have a lot of staying power. So definitely worth a look at these if you like to blend your makeup very, very quickly, and you love a cream to powder formula, and you want your makeup to last all day, because these did last a really long time. And finally, let's talk about the Teddy Tints from Maybelline. I was once again really excited to try this because I'd heard lots of great things, but once again, I think you are either in the love it camp or the really don't like it camp, and I fit in that category. So these are really comfortable on my lips on first application. They feel very creamy, very smoothing, very soft, quite hydrating, but unfortunately this isn't a hydrating formula as far as I'm concerned. If you do have dry lips, like I tend to suffer with, then this is a major no-go, because the more I wore this, the drier and crustier my lips became, and they actually got quite irritated and a little bit uncomfortable. So definitely not for me. Also with this, even though it felt really creamy and smooth and soft on first application, depending on how much you build this up, and you can do this in one of 3 stages. You can do this with 1 swipe, 2 swipes, 3 swipes for a bolder lip colour. If you're wanting to build this up at all, so I would say in 2 swipes or 3 swipes category, then it's going to get very, very sticky when it starts to dry down. And as I was talking to people and as I was eating or drinking, my lips were sticking together or sticking to the specific glass or straw that I was drinking out of, and it was incredibly uncomfortable and really annoying. Not only that, when my lips stuck together later on throughout the day, even though this is a very long wearing formula, this lifted. Once they stuck together, little bits of the lipstick lifted and it started to become a little patchy. Now, I do love the applicator. I think the wand is lovely. This is very easy to apply. You can be very precise with this. You can use it as a lipstick and as a liner. It's very, very easy to use in that manner. But that stickiness and the patchiness, and the fact that this is incredibly long wearing, so once that patchiness is there, it's going to be very difficult to get rid of. I can't do that. I can't do that. So if you are one of those people that doesn't like that sticky feel, or you're one of those people that really does love an opaque lipstick, so you're going to have to build this up, I personally wouldn't buy this. However, if you are the sort of person that likes just a little flush of colour and you don't have dry lips, that is very, very important. If you don't have dry lips, if your lips are really hydrated and nourished to begin with, then you may like this, because 1 swipe does tend to last for a really long time, and you don't get that sticky feel if you don't build it up to be a little bolder. So I was disappointed, but I can wear this if I want something very fresh and very light, but my lips don't thank me for it at the end of the day. So I just thought I would mention that, because other than that, it's a really nice product. Can I say that? After bashing this for a really long time, it's, other than that, it's quite nice. So that's it for this video. I know some of these products I've previously mentioned on my channel before, so I hope you haven't found this monotonous and repetitive. I hope this has helped you in some way. Again, if you don't have the same skin type as mine, or you have different preferences to me, you may love some of these products, but they are definitely not for me. These are not my go-tos. These are not the products that I pick up on a daily basis and really am excited to use and apply to my skin. And no. No. What are some of the products that you've tried recently that you just have not liked at all? Please share your experiences in the comment section. Please also don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye everyone.